Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Jess, and on my channel I discuss all sorts of things from lifestyle content, days in my life, what it's like being pregnant, going through my pregnancy journey, how to be more productive, doing monthly resets, and I also like to share with you guys some tips on kind of financial wellness and side hustle ideas, how much income I'm making, to give you guys kind of a realistic idea of what the potential is out there if you are trying to figure out and start some different side hustles or trying to start a YouTube channel, whatever. As you guys know, I got laid off in the beginning of January of 2023, so a little over a year ago now. And after that happened, I decided, whatever happens, whether I find a new 9-to-5 job or whatever, I still want to be making income through other sources so that if something like this ever happened again, that I would still have income coming in. That's when I decided to go ahead and start a YouTube channel. And 1 year later, after posting all sorts of different content, I've kind of landed in this like lifestyle financial niche, I guess I would say. Today we're talking about one of my favorite topics, which is side hustle ideas. So I have scoured the internet, I have been trying things out myself, and today specifically I wanted to share side hustle ideas that I have for you guys that you can specifically do from home. My side hustle video that I posted in May of last year, as you guys know, really popped off. It kind of went viral and has 600, maybe 700,000 views at this point. So it has gotten a lot of views. And within that video, I shared kind of like how much I was making from the side hustles that I'm currently doing, things like YouTube. I was doing Rover, and then I also shared other ideas with you guys as far as like how much you could potentially make on Etsy, being an Uber driver, and all of those types of things. But being in my current situation, being pregnant, being soon a stay-at-home mom, work from home mom type of situation, I am specifically looking for kind of ways that I can bring in a little extra cash that I can do from my computer, that I can do from my phone, that doesn't require me to go walk a dog. I also don't want to be like in the middle of, let's say, being an Uber driver and need to get to the hospital because I'm going into labor or something like that. So I am really trying to focus on side hustle ideas that I can do from home on my computer or on my phone. The purpose of this video for me more is to share these ideas as well as how to actually get started doing them and how easy they are to kind of attempt and go forward doing. Just know that these are ideas for you guys, and I'm going to show you how to get started, and the amount of money that you make will most likely directly correlate to how much effort you put into it. So with that, let's head over to my computer and get started. All right, side hustle idea number one. I've talked about this one on so many different videos. It's one that I do every single month, and it's one that I think that is such an easy one, such a low-hanging fruit that everyone should really give it a go. And that one is affiliate marketing. So if you're unfamiliar with what affiliate marketing is, basically it is when you promote a brand's product through your own social media platforms or just like through word of mouth or whatever. Then you send them a unique link that ties to your account or whatever. Essentially, it's like a referral program. And if somebody uses the link that is unique to you, you get a kickback, you get a commission from the company that you are an affiliate of. Now, you can be an affiliate with individual companies, but one way that you can kind of go about doing this without like directly applying to individual companies' websites is through LTK. So what's cool about LTK is that you can go ahead and post like any sort of product as long as it is within their database. You can still essentially get like a commission through posting on LTK without having to like go and apply to be a brand ambassador for every individual company's website, if that makes sense. So that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is through Amazon affiliates, and this is actually probably the most common and easiest one because I don't think you really need to have like a huge social media presence or anything like that. There's not really any like requirements to be an Amazon affiliate. So in order to do that, you could just type into Google Amazon affiliate and you will see how to get started on their affiliate program. All you need to do is go ahead and sign up. Then you start recommending products with your unique links, and you can earn up to 10% commission on any products that people end up buying through your links. It is super easy to sign up, and I will go ahead and go through the steps with you guys to show you that it is truly simple. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click sign up, and you would just use your Amazon email or whatever. Okay, and we're in. So you're just going to go ahead and start entering your information into the Amazon account. The most important thing here, I think, is that they want to know like where you're going to be displaying your like Amazon affiliate links. So if this is like an Instagram page, a YouTube page, a TikTok account, a Pinterest account, or a website, like if you have a blog or something, you would start putting that in here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do my one. Let's go ahead and go through this and answer all the questions. Lifestyle content, let's say it's a blog, and then you just go ahead and click finish. And then it basically just says, thank you for applying to the associates program. We'll let you know when you're approved. And that's basically it. And then I'll also just show you really quick, like how to actually go ahead and add products. So here's like a view of what my storefront, pregnancy, mom related products that I've been shopping for that I have just like gone ahead and added to my baby list. You can create any sort of list you want. I have like my favorite books list. So if you want to create a new list, you just go create idea list. And then let's say like, I don't know, hiking products. And you just start like adding products through here. So if you have a very specific product that somebody is asking for the exact link for that exact product, one way you can do it, let's talk about these. These are my favorite makeup removing wipes. I use them literally every day. If somebody was asking me for the direct link to this, you can just go text up here and copy this and send the direct link to them. So anyways, that's kind of how you get it set up. It is so easy. Again, you can just post your products on like your social media accounts. If you don't really want to post it on social media, you could have a blog. You could just start a blog where you write down, you know, different ideas of best home products or things like that and start linking products there. And then another really cool way that I've seen people leverage affiliate marketing is through Pinterest. You can manually create pins. You just click create. You would find a photo here. Let's say it's like this water bottle, and then I can add a link and I can find this like neon Nalgene. I would copy this link here, go back to Pinterest and paste my link. And then if anybody like stumbles across your post on Pinterest, then they will be directed through your affiliate link. So that's another really easy way to go ahead and start doing affiliate marketing through Pinterest if you don't really want to be posting on like Instagram, TikTok, etc. All right, so side hustle number 2 is a unique one, you guys, and that is actually reselling tickets. So if you have tickets to an event in your neighborhood or in your city or whatever, or it doesn't even have to be in your city, maybe you bought tickets to a basketball game in Miami and you know you can no longer go or whatever for some reason, you know would potentially try and resell your tickets. But this is actually a really popular way that some people are making good side hustle money. And that actually brings me to the sponsor of today's video, which is a company called Listed. So how it works at the most basic level is by purchasing tickets to an event, like let's say the Taylor Swift Eras tour. Anybody? Okay, I know maybe that's not a very good example because people really struggle to get tickets to that concert in general. And if you did get tickets, you were probably like, I'm not reselling these, I am going. But you get my idea. It could be any sort of concert or event in your city, and then you would actually use this platform Listed to resell the tickets. Of course, you've probably heard of other ticketing platforms like Ticketmaster, SeatGeek, Game Time, etc. So you might wonder like, well, why not just go ahead and list my tickets on one of those platforms instead? But what's cool about Listed is that you can actually post your ticket there and then they will automatically repost your ticket availability to all of those other platforms like SeatGeek, StubHub, etc. So rather than having to pick your favorite platform, instead you can just post your tickets on Listed. And this really takes the guesswork out of it and really increases your chances of getting those tickets sold. Another really cool thing about Listed, instead of some of these other platforms, is that you actually get paid as soon as your ticket sells versus some other platforms, they actually don't pay you until the time of the event. It's also completely free to sign up and get started, so you might as well give it a shot if you're looking to pull in a little extra cash. In fact, Listed has helped over 30,000 sellers move more than 5 million tickets, and that has totaled over $1 billion in sales, which is pretty crazy to think about. I also went ahead and asked the company if they had any idea kind of how much users typically make like per month, and they have said that of course it differs based on how many tickets you sell, how much effort you put into it, and all of those things, but a lot of users make on average like several $1,000s per month, which is kind of crazy. I kind of want to give this a shot, especially living in Vegas where there's concerts and events like all the time. If you want to get started, I have included a link to sign up down in my description box. And thank you again to Listed for sponsoring today's video. All right, next side hustle idea that we can do from home. Side hustle idea number 3. I actually talked about this in my how much money I made in January income video that I posted like a week ago. So I'll link that video up above if you want to see all of my personal income streams and how much exact dollar amount I'm making from each one of those. But this side hustle is something I started in January, and I thought it's a really solid one for anybody that has like any extra free time at home. But side hustle number 3 is taking online surveys. So this is something I've actually always been super curious about, because when I used to work for like different tech companies as a brand manager, we would actually put out surveys to people so that we could get an idea of like some feedback on products that we were planning on launching, or if we were doing like a brand refresh and completely changing all of our packaging or things like that. that we might do a survey to get some real customer feedback so we can have a better idea of what people are reacting to. Do they like certain features in products? Do they not like certain features? What colors do they like to see in branding and all of that type of thing? So I have definitely been on the other end of these surveys, and I've always wondered, like, who's the person taking this survey? Are they just doing it for fun, or are they getting paid for it? So I actually found a platform that's really cool that you can use to take online surveys and get paid to do them. So to get started, you'll just want to go to primeopinion.com. I'm sure that there's other actual, websites where you can do this as well. You can just go ahead and sign up. Once you sign up, you can start just going ahead and taking surveys. These points basically directly equate to dollars. And once you've earned enough points, like you can see my point count up here, and they directly equate to how much money I've made. So I'm currently at $12.75. This is just something that I have kind of been doing in my free time when I'm like waiting for my doctor's appointments, or if you're working at a job where you have to take the bus or something, you could do this while you're waiting for the bus, while you're riding on the bus for 30 minutes or whatever. Just start taking surveys, and it's a lot more beneficial use of your time than scrolling through TikTok or scrolling through Instagram or whatever. So this is actually a really unique one. I thought it was really interesting, and yeah, the surveys are pretty like basic. You just click on one, start answering these questions. Sometimes there'll be like a qualification question. So if you qualify, it'll just say, great, you qualified for this survey, you can participate now. You'll click participate. You'll go ahead and answer all the questions, of course, and then it will, when you're done, it will add the points you earned up here. And then when you're ready to cash out, you literally just go select reward, and you can do PayPal, but you kind of get the idea. It's honestly such an easy one to do in your free time. You can do it from your phone when you're, just watching TV. This is a great one for me to do, and I'm like probably nursing at 2 a.m. I might just pull out my phone and take a few surveys while I'm pumping and I'm nursing. Like, this is just such an easy one to do kind of like in your spare time. It's super mindless as well. So that's a really easy one I wanted to mention, and that's basically it. But you can use this website to start taking surveys, and it's really that simple. All right, side hustle idea number 4 is reselling your clothes that you no longer wear through Poshmark, or if you have some higher end clothing, you could use Fashion File. So let's just talk about this for a second. I personally follow a lot of people, like influencers, who post stuff on their Poshmark all the time. I think that this is just such a smart way to get rid of old clothes, especially if it's still really nice quality. I also see friends posting stuff like this. So this is just like a really, I think, easy way to make a little extra cash with things that you already have. So in order to get started, you guys, literally, these are all such easy options to get started. We're just gonna go ahead and type Poshmark into Google. So all you do is you click that sell on Poshmark button in the upper right once you've created an account. Again, free to sign up. Add photos of the items here. What are you selling? Title it, description, category, quantity, size, brand. You just answer all of these questions. It's pretty simple. Original price, and what are you listing it as? And then that's literally it. Like, again, this is just so easy if you just have extra stuff. And it looks like on here you could sell a lot more than just clothes. They have beauty and wellness. Let's look at what's in women's bath and body. Okay, so like never used, probably something that was maybe gifted to people that they just like never used. This is a great idea if you got something for Christmas that you didn't really want and you couldn't return it. There's even electronics. I'm honestly surprised I didn't realize that there were so many different like categories that you could sell stuff on Poshmark. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. And basically the point here is if you just have extra stuff kind of laying around your house that you're not using anymore, you might as well list it on Poshmark and try to sell it if you're looking to make a little extra cash. And then the other platform that I mentioned is called Fashion File. And this one is a little bit more for designer products. This is more primarily like handbags, accessories, shoes, jewelry, watches. And again, it really is like higher end products, lightly used designer stuff. But like if you have, a designer bag that's just been sitting in your closet, I don't know, can't say that about myself. That's not something that I personally have. But if you do this, you could list it on some place like Fashion File. In order to get started, you just go to Sell With Us and submit items for quote, and that's basically it. That's kind of how you would go about selling any designer products that you might have laying around you no longer use on Fashion File. So again, this is just a really easy one. If you have extra stuff laying around your house that you no longer use, you might as well try reselling it, clear out some space, get ready for spring. And I think it will also feel nice to just do a little spring cleaning around here. I kind of want to give this one a go myself and see if I can bring in some extra cash in February or March by doing this. Side hustle idea number 5, you guys, is UGC. I wanted to talk about this one and include it on today's video because a lot of you guys have been asking me how to get started started with UGC, my tips for UGC, and all of those things. So first off, let's talk about UGC. What even is it? Basically, UGC stands for user generated content, and it's basically when an individual person, a user, creates content for a brand or a company, and then that company can then use that content to post on their social media or things like that. What's cool about UGC for a company and the benefit of them doing this is that it looks a lot more authentic, it looks a lot more organic. Studies have shown that people are more willing to like purchase a product if it is pushed out by their friends versus pushed out as an advertisement by a company, or if it's pushed out by an influencer or things like that. So basically there's a lot more credibility in this like peer-to-peer marketing. And what's cool about it is that you don't have to have like a huge following, you don't have to be an influencer or whatever, you just have to be willing and able to make content. So how to actually get started doing this? Well, I will say for me, in my experience, don't be mad here, but I had a company reach out to me and ask me if I would be willing to do some like UGC creating content for them. This is one way that a lot of companies will actually find, you know, users, is just by reaching out to them on Instagram or on TikTok or whatever. So with that in mind, like if you want to start doing UGC, you need to be posting stuff on Instagram or TikTok. Like these brands need to be able to come to your social media page and see that you're making high quality content and see that you're making, you know, TikTok videos that are good or YouTube videos that are good or Instagram posts that are good that people are liking and all of that. So I would say that's one way to think about it and to go about it, is actually like start building your portfolio on your social media platforms and start posting high quality content if you really do want to get into UGC. So one way that I have heard and seen a lot of people talking about UGC is going and pitching directly to their social media page, TikTok page, whatever. So if there's a smaller brand, let's say that you follow, that you use their products already, and you even have some in your, you know, in your closet over there or whatever, start posting content in their products. Then go to their Instagram page and send a pitch about, hey, I want to help you create, you know, user generated content. Here's some examples of my work. Let me know if you'd be interested, that type of thing. You may also go find if there's like a brand that you like. Sometimes you'll maybe scroll down on their website and they have a spot that says like apply to be a UGC creator. All right, so here is an example of a company I think everyone has heard of that may be looking for UGC creators. Just so you guys know, I literally went to Google and I typed companies looking for ambassadors. It started popping out all of these companies, and I started clicking through the companies and seeing if they had anything on their website about creators, ambassadors, or anything like that. Second one I clicked on, maybe you've heard of them, is Lululemon. So basically I came to Lululemon and I scrolled all the way down. In the About Us section, there's affiliates and creators. Apply to partner with the brand you love, blah, blah, blah. Okay, share the motivation with your audience, how to join, sign up for the program that fits, Lululemon affiliate program. This is for media, bloggers, etc., social media content creators. This is for you. So I'm gonna click apply now for creators. Create, manage, and monetize your social campaigns all in one place. Get started. So it does say Lululemon Creator Network considerations, blah, blah, blah. So if you have an Instagram, you have to, it looks like for their creator program, you have to have 3,000 followers. It has to be a creator account. So I would have to do YouTube here because that is where I have at least 3,000 followers. But the point is like, okay, yeah, 3,000 might be a lot here for most people, but this is just one example. And also 3,000 is not really considered like an influencer, right? Like an influencer is considered more like 10,000 subscribers or Instagram followers or whatever. So the point is that I literally just went to Google, I typed in companies looking for UGC creators, companies looking for brand ambassadors, and started following the steps, and it was pretty easy. Now, another way that I have actually heard that you can find UGC gigs is through freelance websites like Upwork and Fiverr. So I'm going to show you guys this really quick. So here we are on Fiverr. I do have an account here and we're just going to search UGC, and here you go. This person says, I will create UGCs for your product or service. So basically you could essentially start listing your service here on Fiverr as far as like, this is something that you're willing to do for companies. And then of course, like I'm just clicking a random one here, but this person has examples of their work, right? So that's kind of where it goes back to, it would be really beneficial to have sort of a portfolio built so that companies, when they come to your Fiverr page or whatever, they can see the proof of what type of content you like to make and if it would be a good fit for that company. But this is just like, you might as well list your service here if you're really trying to get into UGC. I mean, It's like a search engine for freelance services. It is pretty crazy how much you can actually make from doing this. A brand might be like, we'll pay you 30 bucks for one Instagram post or something like that, and you can do up to 10 posts per month, whatever. That's 300 bucks right there. And then if you have a couple different brands, maybe you're posting some on Instagram, some on TikTok, some on whatever, like that can definitely add up over the long run. So I know a lot of you guys have been looking for me to share a little bit about UGC and how I got started. So I hope that that section was helpful for you guys and gave you some ideas for how to actually get started with UGC. All right, and my final unique side hustle idea for you guys. I hope you guys are finding these unique, by the way. I tried to come up with something that you maybe haven't heard before, but this final side hustle idea is user testing. This is another one similar to the surveys that you can just do kind of in your spare time, in your free time, do it from home, sitting at your computer. So I found this website called usertesting.com, and literally they pay people to test out sort of apps, programs, online websites, and things like that to get kind of like what is the user experience and give feedback essentially to companies that are trying to improve their website or trying to maybe launch a new service or product or website or app or whatever. It looks like it is pretty easy to go ahead and get started. So it says the application process takes about 10 to 15 minutes. It looks like you need to have a device with a microphone and an active PayPal account. There's going to be a practice test to make sure you are competent, I guess. It sounds like once you have your application in, it will take a few days to be reviewed, and then you'll start taking these, you know, user experience tests and get started getting paid. Does say amounts range depending on the type of test, and there will be a dashboard probably kind of similar to the survey one where it'll show you the amount you'll get paid for each test. Here's another website that I found, Trimata, and it says like, get started testing. I want to get paid to be a tester. What does it entail? Again, you're just trying to help make websites easier for companies and get some like real user feedback. No limit on the number of tests you can do, and that's about it. So this is kind of, you guys, this is just another like really easy, simple one to get started. I mean, if you are looking for something to do in your free time, you're looking to make a little extra cash, why not do one of these online like test surveys, things like that, that really is not very time consuming. Well, you guys, those are all of the side hustle ideas I had for you today. I hope that, like I said, you found them like unique and different from maybe something that you've seen elsewhere, and I hope that it was also very clear on how to get started. I really wanted to make that the emphasis of this video, of like how to actually like get started doing these things and show you guys that it's actually not that hard. It's pretty simple to get started, and it, you know, it's worth a shot if you're trying to make a few extra bucks, $100 here and there to supplement your income. You know, these things are things you can do while nursing your baby, while you're in between meetings, or just kind of, you know, hanging out at home watching TV. Like, these are all things that are just like easy to do supplementally in the background or in addition to like what you're already doing for your 9-to-5 job. As a reminder, don't forget to check out Listed. This reselling tickets idea is so smart. It has such a high profit margin, and especially if you live in a city like me that has tons of events, like this is such a good idea to snag some tickets when they go on sale and try and resell them a few months later as the event approaches. And don't forget to use that link down in my description box if you do want to sign up. But that is it, you guys. I hope you found this video helpful, useful, educational, inspirational, any of those things. I just aim to try and make your lives easier and provide value to you guys. So if you do enjoy this type of video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. If you're new here, I would love for you to stick around to make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as that notification bell so you never miss another video from me. But that is it, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will catch up with you next time.